Hi, parents. I just wanted to share a spelling test that I did with the kids on Monday. And I know a lot of you are saying, "What? You gave a spelling test on Monday? We didn't study the words at all. You didn't give us a list." You're right, I didn't. So in education these days, we think that doing a spelling test and just memorizing words is only good for the short time. You're really supposed to teach kids how words work. So usually if they just take a spelling test, they kind of forget how to spell those words a week, 2 weeks, a month later. But if you teach them how words work, they can write words even when they're not studying it, they can figure out how to spell it. So they had a 5-week check of all the phonics that we have learned in the past 5 weeks. So it had long A, it had long E, it had long I, it had long O in it, it had everything. Any of those combinations of letters and sounds were an option for the words that I gave the kids. And they met the challenge. Now, you will see pictures of what your child did on the spelling test, and you will probably be like, "Oh, but a lot of it's spelled wrong." It is. However, I was like checking the test, and I was showing the test to my student teacher, which you didn't even know I had a student teacher, but I do. We will have an introduction video at some point. So I was showing her their results, and there was so much good happening. I almost started crying. I was just so joyful. So in the beginning of the year, many of my friends in the class, they were not writing any letter in a word that would make sense. Like if the word was cat, they would put an R in it. And I was like, well, where is this coming from? So we've really been working on our phonics a whole lot. And there were some hard words on this test. There was like a word lamplight. Like, I don't even use that word in a sentence. I'm really not sure what it means even. I know there's lights and there's lamps, but it was a compound word, lamplight. And I had a bunch of kids who spelled that correctly. I had kids that got it really close. Maybe they didn't know it was an IGH that makes a long I sound. Maybe they put an IE. But I'm still really happy about that. That means they heard the long I to even write it down. So there was so much good. One of the words was sprain, and that SPR blend is so tricky. But so many of my friends got SPR. A lot of friends put SPRAN, which spells spran, but it gives me somewhere to talk. We're like, why is that spran instead of sprain? And hopefully they know. And if they don't know, we would talk about how that's a closed syllable, which maybe doesn't make any sense to you, but to them it would. And how the AI is the vowel team that makes it long. So sprain would be an AI in the middle. So a lot of the kids, they knew the sounds. They had a lot of correct sounds, but not correct spellings. But it's only October, so we still have so much school left to remind them that AI goes in the middle of the word, AY goes at the end of the word. Some kids confused EE and EA in a long E word, which adults would even do, because there's really no hard and fast rule when to use an EE versus an EA versus an IE. There's not like, there's a lot of room for, I'm not sure which one to pick. So they picked one of them, and I was so happy to see it. That means they heard that long E sound. They knew it had to be an EE or an EA or an IE or OY at the end, and they chose one of them. So I was just looking at their tests, and I was just so pleased. I think it was probably one of the best times I gave this test, this 5-week check. So we don't give them the words in advance because I don't want them to study them. I don't tell them the words in advance. I want to know, do they know how words are working? And we do have some way to go. I'm going to, for the rest of the year, probably have to remind them the rules on long A, about AI goes in the middle of the word, AI goes at the end of the word. Those things I expect to have to remind them over and over. They're only 7 and 8 years old, by the way, so that's fine to me. But it was so beautiful, and I'm so happy to be their teacher. And they've come such a far way in such a short amount of time. Even kids that had like no right letters at all in the first spelling test had these words that it's called inventive spelling, when they write it close to being right, but they're writing down the sounds they hear, they're just not spelled correctly. So they're doing a lot of inventive spelling, which is what I want to see. So when you get it, when they show you a picture of it on their portfolios, don't be so upset that like every letter isn't spelled properly. Like, normal, normal, plus they didn't have the words in advance. Just look at what they did right. Look at how many sounds they did get correct, because that's what I looked at, and I was really impressed, and I can't wait to pass back the work and let them look at it, and I will take pictures on Dojo. Some of my friends were in a small group with Ms. Newton, so they didn't take the test. So if you don't see your child's, it's not because they didn't do it, but they might have been in a small group. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm having a wonderful day. Your children are having a wonderful day. We're getting so much done today, and it's just been a good day. So see you guys in a few hours. Bye. Don't like and subscribe this, by the way. I do not want followers. All right, have a good day.